screen.
Yeah, I'm using a 27-inch, so you're almost life-size, Dino. Yeah, pretty much life-size.
And you're kind of in the dark, literally.
Oh, that's annoying. It's because I have too much side light.
Yeah. If you darken the background.
Right.
Perfect.
So what did you guys think? I mean, is that the proposal of Tuesday, Frode, Wednesday, Sam, Thursday, Dino, Friday, Karl, a workable starting point? Because I know that we've talked about doing that for 2 or 3 weeks now, and we really haven't got that going.
I don't know what availability Dino has. You said, what days are you available?
No, Dino's life is extremely tricky these days because I started the year basically saying, okay, so this year I'm taking up about 10 times more than I can reasonably handle, and that's how it is. And I did this consciously because I realized that I'm in that kind of phase, right? And so and to make things worse, whatever I do, I really try to finish it as best I can. Essentially, that means pushing everything else away. And if you can grant me that, then I can make more commitments.
See, the question is, let's just ask the 2-week commitment to try and do the Wednesdays and Thursdays, or the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. That hasn't happened yet. So is that something that you can still do at least for 2 weeks?
Well, that's the thing. So the coming week, on Tuesday, I'm flying into Oslo. On Wednesday, I have a meeting with Frederick the whole day working, and I'm visiting my mother this weekend, and I'm returning early to meet with Frederick, because the day is totally essential, because we are doing the Polyscopy platform, which I will be presenting in Dubrovnik on the conference, and then on hours and so on and so forth, right? So and he will be presenting it in Canada, and so Thursday I can show up, and I was saying let's give Sam Thursday a chance to present his thing, because that we have been waiting for such a long time for that, and that will mean we don't get to talk about Dubrovnik, but I would say let's just show up in Dubrovnik and talk about Dubrovnik in Dubrovnik.
Okay, so you're saying this Thursday is my opportunity, this coming Thursday, 6 days from now?
As far as I'm concerned, right? That's my first opportunity where, but then I would make sure that this happens from my side.
See, unfortunately, then I will be available for Frode's session on Tuesday, but you will not be. And then we were saying, what?
Tuesday, this Tuesday is tricky business. I'm flying into Oslo, but it's tricky business. I have essentially already invited Anita, because I'm moving Anita from Monday to Tuesday, and I said, look, let's meet Tuesday after I fly in. So it's tricky business. I cannot promise anything. I might be able to actually join the session on Tuesday, but I cannot promise.
Okay, so the only thing available for you next week is Thursday, and you're inviting me to give a session on Thursday.
Well,
is that okay with you, Frode?
Next Tuesday?
No,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because Dino did earlier say that he wouldn't have so much time earlier in the week. Right. Put that in my calendar.
Okay. Okay, Thursday it is, and then what else?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we have to have a discussion of a few things, collaborology and so on, and see if we really are aligned. Because Dino talks about the bigger elephants.
See, I keep going back. I think this need to be aligned slows us down and stops us. I think this whole and I'm going to say it again. I think this federation idea where we're operating on a single plan and platform stops us. We're more independent entities who support each other as strongly as we can in informal and ad hoc and binary ways. But anything bigger than that takes a lot of time, a lot of discussion, a lot of planning, a lot of agreements, a lot of paper, a lot of MOUs, blah, blah, blah. And we don't seem to have time for that. We have each our own momenta and directions. So I think this loose confederation of operating entities supporting each other right now is what we are. And more alignment than that, I think, just slows us down.
No, I actually, I think yes, and I totally agree. Not only, I mean, I passionately agree that we do have and should have multiple platforms, multiple things, multiple going on. But also at the same time, there's a kind of an alignment in principle, which then, in the sense of synergy. And there, this is, I really feel we should have, right? Because my sense is that we have been talking for a long time and still are talking like this, because there are certain strategic things which can vastly augment our chances of making an impact. Kind of like, 1 million to 1. And there I really want us to align a little bit and see these possibilities and what we can do about it.
So just very quickly, and I know it's unfair to you, Frode, but I would just propose two things that I would toss into the center, okay, as potential principles that you might want to consider. One is that there's already an 8 set of principles that I think I have identified Program for the Future as, okay, so those were, from my standpoint, directly derived from Doug. And the second set is just that set that you, David, and I came up with that is now known as the COI. So if I would throw in the PFTF principles and the COI principles and say, this is what I think I'm operating in alignment with, that's what I would invite. There may be others, but let's see if we can throw those in and see if they contradict or if they complement each other. Over.
Right. So my sense is we each of us gets a chance to exactly do this, right? Put the things on the table and we look at. So I think your chance is the first, and it's Thursday, and Frode throws in his things and I do mine, and then we look at them. Let me ask you: are you coming to Dubrovnik? Essentially, are you contemplating?
I'm still trying to do so. I think I just recently came across a little bit of money that I didn't expect to have, so my chances of coming to Dubrovnik are greater now. So I have to finalize that today, because now this is 2 weeks before I would really have to fly, today or tomorrow. Okay, so we really haven't tried to do that. So let me just say I'm in a concerted effort the last several weeks to actually find a way. And I think I just have found a way like 2 days ago. So my chances of being in Dubrovnik now are like 93%.
That's music to my ears. That's fantastic. We do have some, at this stage, it seems like we might have a really fantastic team, kind of completely ad hoc, right? Not what we were planning, not an extension of 2 years ago, but totally something else.
You know, all I can say is the fewer expectations up front, the fewer disappointments later. And oh, by the way, I did find an Airbnb. Right now I've got it reserved. It's a fairly reasonable price. So it's got I can cancel almost at any time, but I just wanted to let you know I got that taken care of for the entire period.
Okay, but see if you can move to Villa Doda on Wednesday, because from Wednesday we have Villa Doda, and I think it would be great to
Can you give me a price on what that would be, though?
Sorry?
Can you give me a price on what that would be?
It's on the website, so to take a look. I mean, but these things are fairly trivial, and I'm anyway paying this, right? So you see my point. It's not about saving. I mean, I have to pay 1,250 euro regardless if anybody stays there. I'm not going to bargain anymore, because we moved the whole thing and right. So we have it. And it's on the website exactly the prices and so on. But I don't think that any kind of bed and breakfast will be cheaper. And if it's cheaper, then it's $5 cheaper.
Frode?
The point of Villa Doda is that it's a collaboration medium, right? It's important for us to have it because things happen there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure because, you know, I'm starting my studies around that time and I don't actually have my calendar yet. And so I can't even check on flights, but also I'm not, you know, the three of you, also including Karl, you kind of talk about bigger elephants and so on and bigger mountains. I'm really more interested in the thing that, with all due loving respect, you all seem to have quite a deep level of disdain for, which is the actual building of tools.
Hey, listen to me. One sec. Hold on a second. I mean, okay, or rather, don't let me interrupt you, but give me 2 minutes to respond. Sorry.
Okay. No, okay. I'll give you a minute to respond.
2 minutes. Now or later?
Now it's fine.
The point, I mean, building of tools for sure, no question about that. I mean, the meeting in Duranik is the meeting of tool builders essentially, with the whole vertical dimension, right? From tool builders to actually people out there selling tools like Alf. But it will be totally focused on tools. However, right? You were asking for feedback, and I didn't want to write it on what you wrote about author and things. My sense is that for whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, typically reasons are psychological and they're quite subtle, right? But you are cutting yourself short. I think that your inner embodied vision is much bigger than what you project, and for some reason you find safety in projecting the smaller vision. And I humbly want to submit to you, hold on a second, this is not I have 15 seconds more, I'll be done. I submit to you humbly that that's the success scenario. There is a success scenario, but it's much, much, much bigger. And in this much, much bigger scenario, things really happen, right? And I'm struggling to expand my speech, my vision, my way of being to the bigger scenario. And I so much want to share this with you, right? Exactly that trajectory from here to the bigger scenario. Over.
I mean, look, the big elephant, I don't have a problem with that. We agree on that. As you know, times, you know, I'm trying to start a new religion, and I think we all agree on the principles of that. I think we say it in different ways. I think we agree there. But in terms of actually affecting change in the world, right? I mean, author, for instance, I'm probably not going to be able to release the Mac version because the internal code is just shit. It doesn't even save properly. And this is after spending tens of thousands of dollars on 3 levels of developers, right? It's been absolute hell. And what really worries me, and that's why I produced futuretext.info, it's an initiative to try to bring people together for infrastructure, community, and tools. That's just on text. There's just a tiny, tiny bit of what we're talking about. I mean, as you know, I'm a visual person. I would rather do diagrams and other stuff, right? But if we're going to implement what you guys want in a way for people to get closer in the world and basically be more harmonious, I'm talking shorthand here, we're going to need new tools as well. If we can have a discussion of how the tools can serve that purpose. Right now I'm being stalked by Mark Stallman on Facebook. Keeps, you know, in asterisks, you know, it's digital, it's, you know, he's talking about how the tools changes. Of course they bloody do. He doesn't actually want to say how. We're trying to find how. But if the tools can be integrated into discussion, if we can have that yin-yang thing, then yes, very good. But in these dialogues, we keep kind of falling to one side a lot.
No, I mean, we were falling on one side because the tools seem to somehow fall on the other side. And the other side is, let's deliver to people tools for doing what they're already doing. And this, I'm saying, there is a much, much better strategy. And that's basically, that's when we start doing this, right? Back and forth. But essentially, you know, I spent 20 years building up a case. My father was a lawyer, brilliant one. You know, really famous. I have a little bit of the same kind of, I see a case, I used 20 years to build it up, all right. But I have it together, right? And that's basically what I'm putting in front of you and saying, let's use this thing. We have a case, but the case is for the elephant, and let's make sure that we shoot for the elephant.
Let me ask you a question then, because you're talking about getting support from Google and so on. And yes, I'm also trying to get support from Google on some things that are related to the future text thing. How do you currently see the strategy? Because you mentioned the strategy for getting the let's move to the level of human communication and existence into the world. What's the strategy for that?
Say this again. What is the strategy for what?
What is your strategy for getting your vision realized in the world currently?
I have the strategy. My strategy is always positional chess, right? So I play, and then when I have a certain position, I take the next pawn and I move it further, right? And the position improves. So that's my meta strategy. And what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to see if we can play ball with Stanford and Google and really lift up the elephant for the 2018 demo. And that means lifting up Doug, who is riding the elephant.
Okay. Please, both of you now go to futuretext.info and then don't read anything. Just scroll all the way down.
With the or no the?
Just futuretext.info. The future of text is only for the symposium.
That's for .org.
Yeah, this is futuretext.info only. Yeah. So the reason I'm asking now is at the bottom of this, it says efforts, right? And I'm also in talk with some people at Google, Stanford, and Berkeley. And we should probably align our efforts and make sure we don't duplicate or anything. So
hang on, futureoftext.info doesn't give me anything.
Me neither. I don't see anything there.
Guys, you're not listening. Not it's just future text.
I know that does not show anything.
Yeah, it does. Hang on,
Futureoftext.info does not come up with it for me or Dino.
I'm giving you the link in Skype. Click to see if there's a miss thing.
Okay, that worked.
Doesn't click.
There's no F. You misspelled of. It just says it's future text. No of.
No, I didn't say of. That's what I'm saying. It's future text.info.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. That's
what I meant to say. Right.
Okay, cool. Scroll to the end.
Yeah, scroll to the end. We don't have time for all of this. So what I've written here is, in order to make text more useful and powerful, we have to make some efforts in infrastructure, actually building stuff and having dialogue support. Now, this is just about text.
No question.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Okay, so what I think we should do is, on the elephant side, do something exactly the same. And I want to have one of the items on the elephant side include, we must make better technology stuff. That's all it needs to say. And then we can link to something.
No, what I'm saying, I didn't hear the sentence. There was an interruption.
Can I paraphrase?
You want to see the technology sentence. What did you say?
What I'm saying is, I would very, very much like it if, specifically you, Dino, with Sam and my support, build a website like this simple, and you have a list where you say, this is what needs to be done to bring the vision into the world. And only one of those items, one of those bullet points needs to be the technological side. I don't think it needs to be more. It's up to you. And then, the stuff that Sam's trying to do and I'm trying to do can go on that list. Because then we can also see the other efforts. And that way, when I talk to my friends at Stanford, I can point to yours and we all are on the same map.
I will do that definitely, surely. I can put it on knowledgefederation.org as something or other. How would you like me to call it?
Oh, I don't mind. That is entirely what you feel like. But this is so I'm just opening up to do an edit here. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what we can do: a vision field, or something like that. Vision or mission or something.
Because.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Or we can call it the elephant. I can call it the elephant. I think that's good. knowledgefederation.org/elephant. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I call it elephant.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Maybe not. But something that's accessible to someone coming in, because in the before the Future of Text started this time, I played a video in the background of basically a dancer. Have you guys seen the video called Wide Open by Chemical Brothers?
Nope.
Absolutely fantastic. I'll just give a name here. Wide.
By the way, I do have to be on another call in 10 minutes.
Okay. All right, just really brief. When you have a chance, search YouTube for Wide Open by Chemical Brothers. It's a woman dancing in a room. The reason I showed that is because I believe very much that the technological stuff has to give us increased mental freedom of movement.
Oh, it's the one where she slowly becomes transparent. Is that the one?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I've seen it.
So is it called Wide Open?
Yeah, Wide Open, right? So the notion there...
Video is called Wide Open.
Yeah, Wide Open. Just search for Wide Open and Chemical Brothers, you'll find it. So the thing is, also the thing that I discussed of deep literacy, all of it is in order to further what you're talking about, Dino. I'm not really interested in providing interactive text tools for a concentration camp. Right, so that's why I would be I would love to be able to point to Future of Text, blah, 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 in order to support what Dino says here.
This is perfect. That's exactly my point. Right? My point is not we should focus on the elephant and forget about tools. On the contrary, right? The elephant drags is the powerful thing, and then it brings the tools and the people and everything to the forefront. Essentially, that's the point, right? The point is that there is a strategy, and there I want us to share, and then happily doing what everybody loves to do, but we see the elephant and we are gradually constructing the picture of the elephant rather than of a trunk and ears and things, because that doesn't make much sense and nobody really cares.
Yeah.
And just for the record, I am a bad collaborologist because you've asked me to do this over the course of more than a month or two, and I still need to produce.
Oh, so you did notice.
Yes. I'm just being transparent here. A very bad collaborologist.
You're not just being transparent. Pointing out that this is really hard to do. I mean, like this little page you're looking at here, which I hope you can have a chance to read later. It takes a lot of chocolate and a lot of
coffee.
No, I've actually stopped drinking coffee after Arizona. But it takes a lot of procrastination. It's really, 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 really hard to write simple stuff. In fact, just as I'll be really brief. I'll try to do it in 1 minute. The initiative that we're trying to bring out of this Future of Text, which is going to be people, including Livia and Bruce Horn, is text analysis engines put into little bits of code and libraries so that anybody can use it in their own word processors. Really advanced stuff, right? But free for anybody to use. I'll give you just one simple use case, which they have amazing technology for. So you do a summary of a document, but not as a reader, as a writer. So then you can see, is the document communicating what you thought it's communicating? And if in that summary there's a sentence that is weird or wrong, you can click on it. It'll open the documents to show you only the sections that contributed to that part of the summary.
That's good. I like it. I have a minor rant that is related to that that I will deliver next time I talk to you.
Oh, what?
Never mind.
Right.
It's called How to Write a Document.
Okay. Well, yeah, that should be related. I mean, we're doing modules and things. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I do have to get on this other call in 6 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to fly also as soon as possible. Now my people have responded and they say they want me there.
Okay. So Thursday is the next scheduled meeting.
Yes. And I'm on deck.
Okay.
All right. See you later, guys.
Okay.
Ciao.
Bye. It feels good to be talking again, guys. Bye.
Likewise, yes. Send greetings to my mother. I'm seeing her tomorrow.
Okay.
Hugs and kisses to your mother.
Bye.
Okay, ciao, and greetings to the ladies.
Thank you. Bye.